Before Peter became a bold leader in the early church, he was simply a fisherman. Today we are reflecting on the life of Peter the disciple and what his journey teaches us about faith, failure, and restoration. Welcome to Walking with the Lord. This is a quiet space where we slow down, open Scripture, and learn how to stay close to God. Peter is one of the most recognizable figures in the New Testament. His story is powerful because it includes moments of courage, moments of weakness, and ultimately a life transformed by Jesus. Before Peter followed Jesus, he was known as Simon. He worked as a fisherman along the Sea of Galilee with his brother Andrew. Fishing was not an easy profession. It required patience, endurance, and many long hours. One day, while Simon and Andrew were casting their nets into the water, Jesus approached them and spoke words that would change their lives forever. Jesus said, "Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." Immediately, they left their nets and followed him. This moment marks the beginning of Peter's journey as a disciple. What makes this moment remarkable is its simplicity. Jesus did not choose political leaders or religious elites. Instead, he chose ordinary individuals who were willing to trust him. Peter responded without hesitation, and that decision shaped the rest of his life. As we continue reading the Gospels, we quickly notice that Peter often speaks and acts before the other disciples. His bold personality sometimes placed him in moments of incredible faith. One of the most well-known examples occurs during a storm on the Sea of Galilee. The disciples were in a boat when they saw Jesus walking toward them on the water. While the others remained in the boat, Peter responded with surprising courage. Peter said, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." Jesus simply replied, "Come." Peter stepped out of the boat and began walking toward Jesus on the water. For a moment, something miraculous happened. However, when Peter noticed the strong wind and waves around him, fear began to take over. His focus shifted from Jesus to the storm, and he began to sink. Immediately he cried out, "Lord, save me." Jesus reached out his hand and lifted him up. This moment teaches us something important about Peter and about our own faith. Peter had the courage to step out in faith, but like many of us, he struggled when fear entered the situation. Yet Jesus did not reject Peter. Instead, he continued teaching him and helping him grow. Later, another defining moment occurs when Jesus asks his disciples an important question. Jesus asks them, "Who do you say that I am?" Peter answers with confidence by saying, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." This declaration reveals Peter's faith and understanding of who Jesus truly is. However, Peter's journey is not only a story of faith. It also includes one of the most painful failures recorded in Scripture. On the night Jesus was arrested, Peter insisted that he would never abandon his Lord. He even declared that he would die with him if necessary. But Jesus warned Peter that before the rooster crowed, he would deny him 3 times. Later that same night, while Jesus was being questioned, Peter stood nearby in the courtyard. Several people recognized him as one of Jesus' followers. Fear began to take control. 3 times Peter denied knowing Jesus. When the rooster crowed, Peter remembered what Jesus had said earlier. In that moment, he realized what he had done, and he left and wept bitterly. This moment reminds us that even people who sincerely love God can still fail under pressure. But Peter's failure was not the end of his story. After the resurrection, Jesus appeared to the disciples again by the Sea of Galilee. During that moment, Jesus spoke directly to Peter. 3 times Jesus asked him a simple question. "Do you love me?" Each time Peter answered yes. And each time Jesus responded with the same instruction. "Feed my sheep." Through this conversation, Jesus restored Peter. The disciple who had denied him was now being reaffirmed in his calling. This moment reveals something powerful about the heart of God. Our failures do not define us when we return to him with humility. Peter would go on to become one of the key leaders in the early church. In the book of Acts, Peter boldly preached the message of Jesus to crowds in Jerusalem. On the day of Pentecost, thousands of people responded to his message and came to faith. The man who once denied Jesus out of fear now spoke with courage and conviction. The life of Peter the disciple reminds us that God often works through ordinary people who are willing to follow him. His story also reminds us that spiritual growth is a process. There will be moments of faith, moments of learning, and sometimes moments of failure. However, through all of it, God continues shaping our hearts. Peter's life teaches us that God does not choose perfect people. Instead, he transforms willing hearts. And just as Jesus restored Peter, he continues to restore and guide us today. Continue walking faithfully and growing deeply in his word at walkingwiththelord.net.